different level of ego and insecurity that he now has. One of my idols at one point, I'm looking at like, you need to go fucking heal. And I know that sounds super cliche and corny therapy shit, but we saw it when he admitted that Drake made him nervous. And I don't want to make this a Drake thing, but it was the first time we realized that Kanye wasn't this superhuman, confident person that we once really thought he was. I mean, I know all falls down. We know he's been very vulnerable in his music, but we always loved Kanye for his confidence and his ability. And then Drake shows up and he admits in interviews like, yo, I thought I was going to be number one forever. And then this guy showed up. Between shitting on Cardi, shitting on Tyler, all of his kids, he's now shitting on because he's starting to realize that even his music isn't going to keep him as relevant as he once was. He doesn't give a fuck about money. He doesn't need to. He only cares about everyone thinking he is the best, not realizing that if you shut the fuck up and make amazing music, we'd say that.
Yeah.
And he's shitting all over Cardi because, yes, Cardi is one of his kids. Tyler has admitted that's one of his kids. All of us are Kanye babies from my generation. I used to love that he would pump up before anyone else. Like, he was on the Odd Future shit when it wasn't cool to be that. Like, Kanye used to be that guy that was so confident that I want to uprise these kids because I see myself in them. Now he's shitting on everybody because they're hotter than him, thinking that, oh, I have to crash out all the way just to be trending on Twitter. I have to say insane things about people that have done nothing but good for me and talk about their kids to remain relevant instead of making good music to remain relevant. Just say you can't make the music you did at one point.
That's really
just say that Cardi scares you because all the kids love Cardi and he's making music in 2025 that we care about more than you. And this coming from a Kanye stan. Say that Tyler did something last year that no other artist has ever done and is going on a crazy stadium run right now. Say that's why you hate him, not because he doesn't have a memorable verse. Don't even do that. That's Sorry Not Sorry. I could rap that right now on mic. To say Tyler doesn't have memorable verses is insane. So forget all the anti-Semitic, the shit he said about J and B's kids. That we don't need to address that. We're just giving in to what he wants by addressing it for attention. I'm talking about the music side. You're hating on artists that you once championed because you now know we care more about them. And all you had to do was make the music we know you can make.
Yeah. I mean,
and we'd still be here. And there's great shit on Bully.
Oh no,
but
I mean,
it's
again,
just,
it's
it's
of course
rooted
it is.
in fuck the AI shit. It's just rooted in you
just don't care about it.
It's
Yeah,
just like, dog, what, like,
you don't care about it. And that's, and that's the point that you get to at a we'll pray for you and we'll wish the best. But
no, it's okay to say fuck him and not pray for him. But like, it's fine to say that
now that's where I think people are at. People are at the, you know what, fuck you. We don't care about your music. We don't care about your clothes. We don't care about none of that shit. We can wear other designers. We can listen to other artists. Like, and I think that's, people don't realize, like, at the end of the day, Kanye, you're just making clothes and music.
And I loved your stances before when you were saying fuck certain people and companies, when that was inspiring. That was the Dame Dash in you. That was a lot of shit that I loved. Now you're just going after personal shit that, like, Peace, what's the record that we love? Beauty and the Beast. Incredible. It just doesn't hit because I don't think Kanye realizes why we loved his music so much is that it hit us in the soul because of who he was as well. Kanye is not the greatest rapper per se. Rhyming words. His delivery, who he is as a person, made you feel those words. So now when you see him do this bullshit on the internet, that's where the separation comes from. Do I think it's corny that he said that shit about J&B's kids? Of course. It also affects the music in that way too, of like, I don't even believe you anymore.
Yeah. That's the part. That's
like,
the part
I don't believe anything you're saying
Yeah.
because you're going against everything you stood for before, thinking that you're going with what you used to say.
Yeah.
And it's not that. You make it personal. Go after every company. I'm with you. I love it.
Yeah.
But now you just like, what the fuck, Cardi, Tyler? Like, you think Tyler's going to get your kids back?
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's where.
Whose music would I rather listen to? I'm not gonna lie, probably Kanye. Probably Kanye. I'm just not a big Kendrick guy like that. I'm sorry. That makes me a bad person on the internet. You know, I don't know if it's, you know, but yeah. And now I might get in trouble for saying that. Like, because the last time I said this, I picked Game over Kendrick. Oh my God, Gay, you know. They twisted. Don't keep Kendrick out your mouth. I'm just saying, early Kanye. I like early Kanye, you know.
If his first two albums, Kanye and Kendrick, is somewhat of a toss-up, and sometimes because I listen to so much of those really first three albums. But I said overall, I would say Kendrick. Clearly, like
right, yeah. But you know, West Coast, and I don't know. Like,
Kendrick spoke to Pimp a Butterfly. To me, was just it was my favorite album because it combined the jazz cats, like a lot of the cats that are really pushing jazz and alternative funk forward right now. It brought them all in, and it pushed and it made their sounds bigger, you know. But I like the originality of it, the musicality of it. But that's what I liked about Kanye's graduation and late registration was the musicality.
Kanye West has perfected the art of leveraging social media, specifically Twitter, as a strategic tool to build anticipation and hype before dropping a new album. His approach is deliberate and calculated. Just days or even hours before the release of a project, Kanye begins tweeting out controversial thoughts, bold declarations, and provocative statements that stir up attention, sometimes even sparking outrage. This tactic isn't random, it's part of a carefully orchestrated plan to get people talking about him and, by extension, his music. Kanye's Twitter feed often becomes a public spectacle, full of rants, musings, and opinions that keep his name trending across the internet. Whether he's airing personal grievances, making unconventional claims, or posting cryptic messages, Kanye knows that controversy generates media coverage, social media chatter, and fan engagement. These tweets not only keep the public on edge but also create a sense of unpredictability. Fans start to feel like anything could happen next, and that unpredictability makes them more excited to hear the music he's been teasing. It's almost as if the album itself becomes the payoff to the chaotic buildup. By tapping into his larger-than-life persona, Kanye turns every album release into an event that feels more significant than just the music. The frenzy of his online presence also amplifies the cultural conversation, making people feel as if they're part of something bigger, a movement or an artistic revolution. With each album, Kanye refines this strategy, knowing exactly when to drop a tweet or stir the pot to keep fans and critics alike on their toes. It's a brilliant use of social media that only a few artists, if any, have been able to replicate at his level.